Wraith, Legend of Dementors. As is well known, J.K. Rowling conjured up Dementors. But where did she get such a scary idea? Well, one of the things that made Rowling so great is that she would use in her stories real legends from the past, and she would make them real to us. In the shadows of the night, a creature emerges. The temperature drops. The atmosphere darkens, and an eerie chill descends over the land. Suddenly, you are overwhelmed with despair and hatred. Be on your guard. A wraith is nearby. Little is known about wraiths other than their power and despair. These creatures are a type of Scottish ghost that had a history in black magic and sorcery during its lifetime. Wraiths are said to be creatures that are created when something goes wrong in spellcasting. This is most often the result of a witch or wizard who tried unsuccessfully to extend the years of their lifespan or tried to manipulate time in some other form. The result is tragic. In some capacity, they get their wish. Now they are immortal beings with incredible power. The price they pay, however, is extremely high. Their souls are taken away, and they are condemned to never reach the spirit realm. This is a terrible fate, concerning that the spirit realm is often thought to be something similar to heaven in most cultures, and is at the very least considered to be an afterlife. Wraiths are denied this privilege and are forced to wander between dimensions for eternity. Wraiths are soulless creatures and only feel devastating emotions like hatred and despair. They are a type of ghost, but can also be considered to be a type of demon. Though there are instances that wraiths can be considered good, a specific kind of wraith known as a vorer, most wraiths are inherently evil. There are thought to be several kinds of wraiths. Most wraiths are evil creatures that seek to steal the souls of others. With a single touch, the wraith is able to drain the life out of a person and steal their soul. Whatever they steal, the soul of a person, the victim is cursed to wander with them for eternity, unless, of course, the wraith is killed. Can a wraith be overpowered or killed? Wraiths are very powerful creatures and are therefore an extremely difficult foe to overcome. They can only be defeated by a holy presence or weapon. Being pure evil, they are not able to withstand holiness of any kind and will either be forced to retreat or destroyed by the opposing force. It is important, however, that a wraith be killed if attacked. If a wraith is able to escape, it may become furious that it was attacked and will release its rage on the world. A wraith's anger is so powerful that it emits in waves of energy from the creature and can still the will to live from entire villages. When the villages are no longer able to withstand the depression brought onto their lives by the wraith, the creature will take their souls and continue on its aimless journey. Types of wraiths. Lore tells us there are several types of wraiths. The most common type of wraith has been described above and has an extreme rage that motivates its actions. Some variations of this first type of wraith are incredibly intelligent and capable of holding grudges into their undead state. They will target an individual that they perceive has wronged them until they have captured their soul and can force them to wander outside of the spirit world for eternity. A second kind of wraith is described as being a parasitic kind of ghost demon. These creatures are demons that inhabit any type of empty space until they find a human to meld with. However, unlike most creatures who possess those wraiths do not make their presence known to the victim. It is unlikely that the affected person will ever know that they have been possessed by this demon. This type of wraith is also not believed to hold any sort of magical powers of its own. While it does have more power than a human, it will not exercise these powers over the will of the human, making it very unlikely that the powers will ever be discovered. There are, however, a few cases in which humans develop demonic powers because of wraith possessions. Perhaps the most notable thing about this wraith type, however, is its ability to procreate. When a human has been possessed with this wraith type, mates with another human, part of the wraith will bond to the unborn child. The soul of the child melds with the demon, creating a blood child. There is also a variation of a wraith called a bearer. This wraith was also sometimes referred to as a watcher or warden. This type of wraith follows the soul of a person from the time they are born until the time they die. This is the only type of wraith that is not considered malevolent. The majority of wraiths have never been seen in person, though there are some vague details about their appearance that are known. There are some legends that describe wraiths as being dark entities with black cloaks. Their arms and legs are corpse-like and extremely thin. Additionally, the face of the wraith is either skeletal or an endless black hole. There are also legends that say wraiths do not look like anything. They are simply evil entities that occupy any type of empty space they can find. According to lore, some wraiths are parasitic but not aggressive. They simply look for a host to bond with humans and feed off the energy of the person. They do not try to exert their will over their victim. They simply use the host to survive and move on when their host dies. While there are some wraiths that are fairly docile, this doesn't seem to be the case for the majority. So be very careful. Wraith, a Dementor, is it coming for you? Is it part of you now? Is it part of somebody you know? You are now forewarned. Please like, watch, and subscribe to this channel. Your wraith commands you to do so.